Hello and welcome to Thursdays at 3. My name is Jen Wyatt and I am a productivity coach, and I help women organize, prioritize, and achieve things that they didn't think were possible. It seems like a lofty thing to say, but recently I had a conversation with one of my clients and we uncovered something that she had been thinking about for years but didn't really think that it could be a goal. And so through some of the processes that I do, we were able to uncover that, and now she's working on that goal every single week. So that's huge. And I think that each one of us have greatness inside of us. We just have to uncover it. But enough about me. Let's get into the content. Today's title I put in there. It's kind of a sarcastic quote about time management. I don't really think we can manage time, but I'll get to that in a minute and be talking about that actually a little bit over the next couple of weeks. So let me just dive right in. I wanted to read a quote. It's kind of a long quote, so just bear with me and listen to it. I think it will be beneficial, and it's something that gave me great perspective. So let me start. It's a quote by Mark Levy, and it is: imagine there is a bank account that credits your account each morning with $86,400. It carries over no balance from day to day. Every evening, the bank deletes whatever part of the balance you failed to use during the day. So what would you do? Draw out every cent, of course. Each of us has that bank. Its name is time. Every morning, it credits you 86,400 seconds. Every night, it writes off as lost whatever you failed to do or invest for good purpose. It carries over no balance. It allows no overdraft, and each day opens up a new account for you. So, what does that say? To think of our time, because there's a popular quote that makes me a little crazy. It says, time is money, time is money. Time isn't money, money is money. Time is time, and it's actually more valuable than money because it's irreplaceable. Each day we cycle through 86,400 minutes, and we have a choice. Every single minute, every single time it rolls around, we have a choice to do whatever we want, right? We can either waste it, throw it away, be productive, or not. It's ours to do with whatever. But I think that this quote gives us good perspective on how it's important to make the most out of the time that we're given. But I also recognize and realize that even though time is one of our most important assets, it can be difficult to manage. And that's why I believe that time management it's a bit of a myth, because how do you manage something that is elusive, that we can't really ever control? We can't stop time. We can't make it do what we want. We can only make ourselves do what we want, right? So time management really isn't about managing time. It's about managing ourselves within that time. So that's why what we do with our time is so important, and being able to accomplish things is important too, because it's a difference between reaching our goals or not. Most of us have goals. I know quite a few people that actually don't have goals, and so I always dig in with them and say, well, why don't you have goals? Because I recognize I'm a type A personality. I probably was born with a to-do list, and a set of goals that I wanted to accomplish. And I realize that I'm not like everyone. I'm a bit of a nerd. I color code things. I like things to be organized and streamlined. But when I talk to somebody who doesn't have any goals, I have to take a step back and ask them why. What is preventing you from thinking about the future? What is preventing you from reaching out to that next thing? And a lot of times it's because they don't feel like they have enough time, or they simply are just drifting from one thing to the next. And if that's you, give me a shout out, because I would love to have a conversation with you about that, about why, about it. To me, that's a place of being stuck. But some people don't feel like they should have goals. So I'm curious too, because I like to see I like to have conversations around, what people think about goals and time and all that kind of stuff, because it's something that I deal with, every day. But another thing that can happen is that sometimes when you have a big dream or a goal and you start embarking on that or going after that dream or goal, it can feel so big that we just get overwhelmed. And sometimes we can feel like we go, it's this mountain that we have to climb. And instead of looking at what can I do today to reach that goal, what bite-sized step do I need to take, which you guys, if you've listened to any of my live streams before, that's something I talk about a lot. But again, if you get overwhelmed, you feel stuck and you don't know how to move forward, you don't know, and sometimes you don't want to move forward because it feels too hard, and we don't like to do hard things. I don't like to do hard things, but I push myself to do hard things because of the things that I want to accomplish. Another thing that can happen too is that it's not so much that it feels hard, but it's, you get to that goal and you say to yourself, there's just not enough time in the day. I know I've said that. I was actually talking on the phone with somebody yesterday, and I said something about, well, I only do this part of the time, do this project, I'm only working on it part of the time. And they said, oh, so you work half a day? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. And he goes, so you work on it 12 hours a day? And I started to laugh at that perspective because, thinking of half a day as 12 hours is actually pretty accurate. We often think of it as, I'm off by noon or I'm done by noon or whatnot. But I just think that it's interesting to have those conversations because sometimes half a day is 12 hours. And you get to the end of that 12 hours and you're like, what did I do? Where did the time go? I felt busy, but I didn't really accomplish anything. And really that stems from having bad habits when it comes to what we do and how we're doing it. And that is, it's self-management. That is looking at, how we get things done and how we're accomplishing those things, how we're trying to be productive or how we don't feel productive, or how, how we're doing our work and when we're doing our work. There's a lot that's tied into this self-management / time management piece that we don't really think about. We often go out and go, oh, I'm going to get this program, or I'm going to get this thing that, I want to do, or this goal that I want to accomplish, but we don't know how exactly to go about it, or we buy a program, or we have a time management program that we've taken, or we get a book, and it's like, yay, this is great. And if you, again, listen to my live streams, I talk about this a lot. What happens is that we feed ourselves with so much knowledge about how to accomplish a thing that we don't ever accomplish the thing because we get stuck in, oh, this thing isn't working for me, so I must not be doing it right, so I can't accomplish anything. And then we start into this negative downward spiral, and really you're capable of accomplishing it. It's just how you're going about it. It's the thinking that you've had around it. It's the way that you often go about it. And so I spend a lot of my time talking about those things, helping people make those shifts, because at the end of the day, it's how we think about we're doing things is really the key to how we actually get things done. So, how do we escape the struggle with time? How do we breeze through our days and weeks with feeling like we're on top of things, like feeling like this is success? And make progress on the things that we want to do, because we are all capable of achieving great things. We all have something inside of us that is for someone else. We have not been created. We are not put on this earth to just go through a 9-to-5 without impacting somebody. We all have a mission. We all have a purpose. We all have something to say. We all have something to teach somebody. And if we get stuck in the, well, I just can't do it perfectly, or I don't have enough time, or you know, I could list out whole things, then we're never going to get that message out. We're never going to help somebody. We're never going to be anywhere other than where we are today. Because another thing that I hear often is, I'm the same place today that I was a year ago. Nothing works. Nothing has helped me. Nothing has, you know, turned the dial up on what I want to accomplish. And it's because we try to manage time. We try to manage this elusive concept that's like out there, and we can't really do anything with it. But the truth is that you can't manage time. It's impossible. You can manage yourself. You can manage what you do with your time. You can create pockets of motivation for yourself. You can do the thing that you need to do to go out there and to reach people, and to talk about and to share that message with those that are waiting to hear it, because you can. Time isn't something you can manage. You can manage yourself. You can move the dial on that goal that you want to reach, on that thing that you want to do, on that message that you have to say. You can. So I want to leave you with that. I just want to say, coming soon, I'm releasing a workbook page that actually will kind of help you walk through some of the things that I've talked about. It will be completely free and downloadable. And I have some other exciting things on the horizon, but I just want to talk about that. So look, next week, I'm actually going to be doing a few more Facebook Lives over the next couple of weeks, talking about this time, you know, managing yourself instead of trying to manage time. So look for that workbook page, and I will see you soon, and hope you have a great and productive rest of your day. Bye.